Well, here we are on YouTube. Actually, we're on Twitch, but this will be on YouTube one day, eventually. Yeah. Get all grumpy with me because I'm not doing it right. Because I didn't do it perfectly. Like, come on. Like, I'm trying my best here, okay? I'm just trying to do a good job.
All right, listen. People, it actually doesn't matter what we say or do. Nobody cares about us. No one's here for us. They're here. People that watch reaction channels are very weird to me because you get the group of people who are like, okay, where do they start watching the video? They don't listen to anything we say before the video starts. And then when the video is done, they don't watch what we have to say about the video. So I don't know why anyone's here. So Nathan, the reason why you said Twitch, I guess Twitch, the one good thing about Twitch, for me selfishly, is they have to listen to what we have to say. They have no choice because they're watching this live on Twitch, right? Mm-hmm. So if you want to see this,
click away. They can click away.
They can leave the channels. What I want people to do is I want people to watch the Twitch count and do a count every time someone. No, I'm just joking. Okay, we love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us live. And if you are one of those few people who actually watch us live or watch the whole video, everything we got to say, Nathan and I are truly grateful to those people. People who don't watch because they're not watching this part right now, pound sand. I don't care. Get out of here. All right. Get out of here. Okay, so I'm trying to kill time here looking for the write-up. I had it, but now I've lost it. Oh, there it is. Okay. So this is from Pixie. This is a Patreon.
Yay, Pixie.
Pixie's amazing. So apparently there's 4 episodes. Today we're doing episodes 1 and 2. So I guess this could be like part 1. I don't know. So December request, this is from Pixie, is parts 1 and 2, or episodes 1 and 2 of the One Direction, the London session. Okay. Mm-hmm. They said this is a small event that Apple Music had for One Direction to promote their last album, Made in the Morning. It's a couple of months before they went on hiatus.
Oh.
So did they not? So did they not tour with this album? They must have been on tour already. So were they on tour and then I guess what I'm saying is, did they really need help to promote the album? Like, hey, does One Direction have a new album out? I wish Apple would do something. Anyways, she goes on to say, I thought since you know so much about their solo stuff and how they are as people from interviews, it would be interesting to see where they came from and how much they have evolved. And because I'm selfish, I want you to enjoy what I enjoy. Well, we'll try, Pixie. We'll try. We also see some backstage stuff and live performance and interview. And apparently, my favorite person is in this video at some point. So, yeah.
So sure. I just want to say thank you, Pixie, because this is a good piece of the puzzle that we don't necessarily have. We have, a lot of that behind the scenes lots for Harry. We've seen a little bit of Louis in some of the things he's done, not tons, and a little bit of Niall, but not a lot. So to see some of this behind the scenes stuff, I think would be good for us to get a good sense of where things began. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's made. What did I say? Made in the morning. I'm so. Is it made in the morning or made in the AM? The AM is, morning. It is referred to the morning, is it not? Am I not allowed to say? Which one am I supposed to say now? Made in the AM. But so if I say made in the morning, that's wrong. You know what? So stupid. You know what? It's made in the morning. If you don't like that I call it made in the morning, then again, get out of here.
Yeah. All right.
I'm just joking. Okay, it's made in the AM. We don't want to offend all these lovely One Directioners. So, One Deers. Okay.
Ready?
Let's get it. I'm ready. Let's try it out. Let's see what this is about. I'm still a little bit confused what we're going to see, so let's just watch it.
Okay. And
put on the captions. It looks like there's subtitles there. If you don't mind.
Nope.
There isn't any? Okay.
Hello, I'm James Corden, and I'm stood in the very room that One Direction shot the Story of My Life video just 2 years ago. And what better place for us to mark the incredible achievements that they've had over the last 5 years and to talk about their brilliant new album, Made in the AM. This is a special treat for you, the fans. This is the One Direction London Sessions with Apple Music. 65 million records, 4 multi-platinum albums, 115 worldwide number ones, and you've played to 10 million people. When did you decide that you were going to take a break?
About 4 or 5 months ago, I reckon.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 months ago.
And how does that happen?
4 or 5 months ago.
The schedule that we've had over the last 5 years has been so hectic, and we just felt like it was the right time to just go, let's give this.
So I just want to ask people in our chat. So I guess the hiatus was like, it was announced, like this is coming, we're gonna do a hiatus. So they are still actively a band at this point.
Is this the hiatus caused by Zayn? I'm curious.
I don't no. I think they did this album without Zayn. So they did the whole album without him, right?
Okay.
And so the fourth, I think this is their fourth album, or their last album, 4th or 5th album, anyways. And I think they only recorded 1 album without Zayn. I'll double check the chat here. But my question is, the hiatus was announced, so fans who knew at this point, we're going to take a break because things are crazy. So that's where people are saying, oh, they're just on a hiatus because they never officially, quote unquote, ended. Okay.
Okay.
This album to the fans, 'cause we think that this is the best album we made. And just go and take a little bit of time out. You know, we didn't make it into a big deal within our camp. I think it was made into quite a big deal outside. You know, oh, this is it. You know, they're a member down now and they're kind of losing the plot and they don't want to do a tour next year. And within what we were doing, we didn't feel like that at all. We felt like, you know, we felt like we kind of deserved a little, maybe, you know, a year off or just something to chill and see our friends and see our family and stuff like that.
And let's talk about what you're going to do.
1 year off.
What are you going to do in this break? Liam?
Well, I think, you know, as Louis said, the most important thing for us is the family. You know, I miss my mum and dad and my sisters a lot. Cause you don't get to see them as much as you'd like to. In every situation you see them in is always in a band situation.
But that's going to get really boring after about 10 days.
No, but that's like the starting thing. So
These are wonderful answers. What are you actually going to do?
Well, I want to. I love writing music and literally come out with ideas all the time. So I want to go and just write some music. And I think Tomo's going to join in with me on that.
I will pay now, yeah.
It's going to be exciting to see the business from the other side. I guess.
None of this happened, William.
We all enjoy the writing process so much. I think, you know, we're all very much looking forward to seeing family and spending some time that we've missed, and you know, doing some writing because it's fun. It doesn't feel like, you know, going to the studio and writing songs doesn't feel like, oh, you know, I have to go do that again. It's like, it's a fun thing and it's a creative process. And I think the thing is, it's difficult to be put in a room and say, okay, go and be creative for 4 hours for this writing session. I think the nice thing about the break is you'll just be writing, and it won't be from any other place apart from that you want to write songs.
Louis, if they asked you next year to be an X Factor judge, would you do it?
Yeah, I probably would, yeah. I mean, if they asked me, but yeah, maybe, yeah.
He has to say that to be nice, but he has no intention of saying yes to that.
Oh, we outside the
Let's
location.
pause it.
So
we should pause it after those little interview sessions.
Yeah.
Talk about what we just heard.
Isn't Niall getting ready to be a judge on X Factor? Is that?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is how many years ago we're talking. Yeah. They're talking. So what I'm getting here is, we're gonna take a break. It's gonna be about a year. Everyone
The
just thinks.
Sorry, not X Factor.
The Voice. Yeah. The Voice Factor. The Voice Factor Idol. So, the American Voice Factor Survivor Amazing Race Idol.
Big Brother.
Big Brother version housewives. Okay, anyways. So this is interesting, Pixie, to see them talk about this hiatus. Hey, look, it's me. Anyways, it's interesting that they're talking about this hiatus. And I wonder if there's any one of those four that knows, nah. That's the question. We're just easing into our solo careers. We have no intention of getting back together. So again, I'll look at the chat. Any thoughts, Nathan, before we...
Okay, so I just pieced that together. This is how smart I am. I'm not that smart.
Oh, wow.
I just pieced together that this is a hiatus that ended. Like, I don't know why I'm just figuring this out, but I didn't realize that this was like...
Yeah, they never broke up officially, or disbanded.
Right.
It's like, you ever watch Friends? You ever watch Friends? No.
Yeah.
Rachel and Ross, they were on a break.
Right. We were on a break.
we were on a break. So they were supposed to be on a break, but everybody slept around, so to speak. They all had their solo careers. Yeah, and they're not. I don't think they have any intention of reuniting. Spoiler alert: Rachel and Ross reunited at the end of the series. Ha ha! Okay.
Yeah, like I didn't know that.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right, here we go.
I guess oh my god.
2 days ago, we were in Canada waiting for our flight, and now we're in London, and we're going to meet One Direction right now.
We are all the way from Japan to see One Direction. I can't believe we're gonna meet them tonight. So exciting.
I wonder what that costs, that meet and greet.
Just like bawling.
It's gonna be really, really amazing. It's a dream come true.
Yeah, it's really a dream come true.
It's really a dream come true. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like dream come true.
Oh, sure.
We got another
Fun.
little treat for you now. The boys let our cameras backstage for the last few days of their recent sellout world tour. First, it's Harry, who gave us an insight into what it's really like performing with One Direction.
I mean, the amount of adrenaline that kind of hits you when you walk out, it feels like there's no rules on the stage.
We're One Direction. Nice to meet you all. Thank you so much for choosing to come and spend your evening with us.
Performing on stage feels like it's what it's all for. There's so much of making the album which feels like you're in your own little world. When you get to this part, it kind of feels like it's not about me, it's not about us anymore, it's about them and like making sure that they have a good time, and that's kind of the most important thing.
Wembley Stadium, make some noise!
I think in general there's something about the live music. You know, when you listen to the album, you hear the song, but when you're stood right there on the stage and you can hear the drum, the guitars in your ear, it feels like that's how it's supposed to be played. Crazy feeling that I don't think you really get anywhere else, and I think that's why the high is so good. I think that part of it is addictive. It's my favorite part, for sure.
I just want to say thank you so much for your support.
Not doing shows for a while doesn't make me sad. It makes me excited for coming back and doing more.
All right, pause it there.
The best thing about it is that every show...
So apparently the people that got the little meet and greet, the meet and grab, I should call it.
Meat grab.
All those girls after they hugged each One Direction, they slid off to the next part of the concert. It's like there's like a slip and slide that they all went down afterwards. Hey, look! I met Harry. Whoop! Whoop! Like banana peels. Whoop! Whoop! Whoop!
I can't. I have to do this. Oh boy.
Oh boy. So it's so they all got to touch Harry, and I'm sure. Look, I would love to give them a hug. I'd give Louis the biggest hug, and I'd give him a little peck on the cheek, like that. Anyways, it's interesting seeing Harry talk about the live performance, and I suspect that's. I mean, obviously, it's not a hot take. I suspect a lot of musical artists, that is the thing. We've mentioned in some of our videos, well, a lot of our videos, that we prefer reacting to live performances. We think that's what an artist shines the most or can actually fail the most. I won't say any names for anyone from this band, but there's one person that we watched live, and some people just aren't built for it. You know, some people are not built for the live, and Harry's on the spectrum of that's where he that's just with the crowd interaction, the dancing, the moving, the band, the punching of his fist that he does, the kicking of his legs, and of course Louis and Niall too are great. They all have different styles on stage. Excuse the pun, but they all have different styles on stage. But I think those three guys that we've seen live performances from on our channel definitely, they embrace the live for sure and love their crowds. And but not surprising to hear Harry say this before he goes solo. Like, yeah, live is where it's at, and he records songs, and good artists do record songs that will translate well to a live crowd.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that, like, I think I heard an interview with him in one of the interviews we listened to where Harry was kind of saying, I legitimately wanted to keep going. I suspect that's true. And here he is before the hiatus saying, I can't wait to come back, and then we'll come back and we'll keep doing. But it didn't happen. And so now, like, he seems the most hungry of the four to, like, come on, let's just keep going. Let's, like, not that he's the band leader, but he seems like the most like, I want this,
Yeah.
No.
We're seeing your messages, people. Don't worry. People are mad at us. We're seeing your messages, but if we react or comment on everything everyone says to us in Twitch, we will never. Yeah. So someone said here that is the meet and greet really a touchy subject, or is that a joke? I just don't know. I'm always so. Here's the thing about. I didn't know if it was a joke or not. So if it is, then it's funny.
It's a touchy subject.
Yeah, because I'll say this with the One Directioners, I feel like there's things I'm allowed to say, not allowed to say, and just so people understand, and Nathan, of course, I don't abide by rules, meaning I will say whatever I want to say about anything. So I just want to let that know. So I will say things. Mm-hmm. I don't care about the One Direction rules, what I'm allowed to not say. I just want to, yeah. Anyways, there are contest winners. Did I mention that, Nathan? There are contest winners. So they didn't have to pay for that meet and greet.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's like a golden ticket type thing. Yeah. Charlie and Chocolate Factory reference for those young people. Okay.
So it was a touchy subject.
Yes.
Always different, and there's always something excited about the fact that it can go wrong. You sing the same songs, but you're never gonna get a crowd that is exactly the same. It's people's faces. Every show, there's always like sections, probably where you feel like you connect with a few people in that area, and it's all about them having a good time.
Everybody in the world knows that you're the best fans.
It is nice to, if you take an extra second and actually just have a real moment with someone.
Oh my
the
God.
mom in the crowd, you see that? Yeah. She brought her daughters, but she's fallen in love with Harry.
I don't think I found anything that feels as good as performing.
No, I bet it's the best.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to try and find it.
I'm going to show you some footage tonight of things that you have never seen before.
Wow. Really?
Footage you've never seen before.
This is scary.
Take a look at this bit of footage of you at the very, very start.
Oh, no.
We've just been told that we're number one.
We got the figures in early on, and we were getting quite excited, and we knew we were getting close to a number one. But it doesn't really hit you until Reggie
Louis'
says,
voice is so...
Yeah.
One Direction, number one on the chart show. And then that feeling is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Kick each other and hurt each other.
Were you saying kick each other?
That is nice, though, isn't it? That is nice, that.
I remember that well.
What do you remember about that time, that first number one, that feeling of starting to leave radio stations, fans being there? Louis, what do you remember about that time?
It all just seemed to happen so quickly, and it was an amazing time for us. And at that time, we were all very new to it, obviously, and that made it all that much more exciting, of course. And we literally had no idea after leaving the X Factor where that would put us. And to see such great support, and with that on the first single, was just it was incredible because none of us knew where we were going to be, you know, after the X Factor. So it was that support was really important to us. Yeah.
This first one is "Drag Me Down."
Okay, so this one we reacted to. We'll watch it again. Fine. I think it's a better quality too than the video we
I
had.
got fire for a heart. I'm not scared of the dark. You've never seen it look so easy. I got a river for a soul, and baby you're a boat. Baby you're my only reason. If I didn't have you, there would be nothing left. A shell of a man that can never be his best. If I didn't have you, I'd never see the sun. Taught me how to be someone. Sing it out. Yeah. All my life you stood by me when no one else was ever behind me. All these lights, they can't blind me. With your love, nobody can drag me down. All my life you stood by me. Come on. When no one else was ever behind me. All these lights, they can't blind me. With your love, nobody can drag me down. Nobody, nobody can drag me down. Nobody, nobody can drag me down. I got fire for a heart. I'm not scared of the dark. You've never seen it look so easy. I got a river for a soul, and baby you're a gold. Baby you're my only reason. If I didn't have you, there would be nothing left. Share a man who can never be his best. If I didn't have you, I'd never see the sun. Taught me how to be someone, yeah. All my life you stood by me when no one else is ever behind me. All these lights, you can't blind me. With your love, nobody can drag me down. Nobody, nobody can drag me down. Nobody can drag me. All my life you stood by me when no one else was ever behind me. With your love, nobody can. Come on, London Session. All my life you stood by me when no one else was ever behind me. All these lights, they can't blind me. With your love, nobody can drag me down. Nobody can drag me down. Nobody can drag me
Thank you.
All right, just comment again on the song. I mean, we already made our comments with the previous. Of course, we did a reaction to this, but just seeing it again, like Pixie said, watching it again after actually quite a bit of videos we've done since that one to this one. Of their solo careers. I don't know what it. I'm very curious. I know Liam has. I think Liam. I think he has one solo album. I don't know if it did very well. I don't know if his tours have gone well. I don't know much about him, and I feel sort of. This is going to sound like a total jerk thing. I don't mean to sound like a jerk. This is just my observation. People have to keep in mind these are my observations with the information that I have in my brain about people have come watching this video. They're going to come with 10 years, whatever, of like history, right? Yeah. I've got 4 months, okay? So bear with me, and not every video and every storyline, every whatever, okay? Mm-hmm. So just from what I can see here with him a little bit, it just from this performance and the way he is on, I don't know, something. Oh, I don't know if I can say it. I don't know if I can say it. I just don't know. He's okay. We have a thing we say in Canada. I don't know if other countries say it when somebody's a poser, and it sounds terrible to say that, like an imposter. And there's a little bit of, I know people are gonna get so mad at me. I feel like he so desperately wants to be a star. I mean, he's the one sitting closest to James Corden on the couch, which indicates like a talk show host. That's the main person, so to speak. I just wonder, you know, I think he lucked out being in One Direction. I think if anyone was going to want a band to reunite as a band, it'd be Liam. I think Liam would be the first one in line. And it's not a slight on him. I just wonder, as a solo act, from what I'm getting from him, just the way I don't know if he has that same. I don't know. Tell me if I'm crazy of what I'm getting here. I don't know.
The comments seem to back you up here, especially here in it looks like people say he's kind of a try-hard. He goes out of his way to impress people. His
See, and this is just when like I said, this is just from the little videos we're getting, the interviews that we've seen, and there's something, because you and I have connected in different ways, but I've connected with Niall, with his true artist. Like, here's the thing with Niall. Off the bat, he's a real true artist, plays an instrument, plays it very well, and he's a really great songwriter. Very blue collar, down to earth songwriter. Louis, just a sweetheart of sweethearts. I love his spirit. I love his personality. I just love him to death. I want to put him in my pocket and carry him around with me. And then Harry, of course, is just, he's on just a different type of, he's in a different ball game completely. But and you legit, you're an idiot if you don't see the talent that he is. You don't have to like his music, but to say he's not talented, you're just refused to see the talent. So, but with Liam, I don't know what, nothing grabs me naturally. I'm not naturally grabbed. I'm trying hard to like him. I don't hate him, but as an artist, I'm not gravitating towards him. I don't know.
Yeah, he has a good voice. Obviously, he can
sing.
He can sing, but I'd be curious. Yeah, if somebody pledged us his album.
Oh no! Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Okay.
If somebody did that, I'd have a hard time. Like, I guess I'm biased. I think that's the biggest thing I'm saying.
But why are we? It's a natural thing, because you and I don't talk offline. Like, just so people know, Nathan and I don't ever, like, we talk. Of course, we talk about our reactions. We never say, "Hey, we're gonna say this," or feel that we have no script. This is all natural conversations between Nathan and myself, and the fact that you and I both aren't asking for more from the same artist, that's very telling. It's a natural thing that's happening. Anyways.
Yeah, people are saying, no, don't do it. Don't even try it. Okay.
Oh, wow. So. Okay, fair enough. We wish him all the best and good health. I heard drug problems maybe or something, or maybe some eating problems too, or like not eating enough. So I hope he gets healthy and well, and maybe he'll blow us away with his next album, right? So who knows? Okay. All right, let's finish this minute here.
57 seconds.
Yep.
I want to keep talking about the album. If it's okay with you, I would like to talk to you about a song called Perfect.
Yeah.
Which I love very much.
Thank you.
And was looking at the lyrics of before the show.
You've never done this before.
So I'm reading the lyrics and I happen upon a line. And in this line it says, and if you're looking for someone to write your breakup songs about, baby, I'm perfect. Now listen, I don't want to have any bad blood about this. And if this is a problem we don't want to talk about, we can just shake it off.
Oh, I think I know that's the one song from Taylor. Shake It Off.
Who's the song about?
Oh. All right. Wow.
Yeah.
Is this episode 2 or?
No, it just jumped to 3 for some reason. But anyway.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
hey, Pixie didn't pay for 3. Nope. Stop. Just pause the recording and.
Yeah, it's pause the recording. Or are we going to do 1 and 2 together?
Yes.
In the same.
Yeah, this is like part 1.
All right, Pow.
Before we get into episode 2, Nathan, I just want to be clear about Liam. Wish him no ill will. Wish him all the best. We don't know him at all. We don't know what he's been through, good or bad. We don't know Larry.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my goodness. That was not a Freudian slip. That was just Louis and Harry and Niall. We don't know them as people at all. They could all be pulling we could all be fooled by all these guys that we like. You know what I mean? But you and I have been watching music and listening to music and watching artists for we're both 47 years old. We're not stupid idiots. Like you and I are catching some things that people put down. You know what I mean? We've been in this business of people a long time. Some people you just kind of get, and some you don't. And I have my gut instincts, and I have followed my gut my whole life regarding people, and it's not really led me astray. But what I want to make clear is certain artists I gravitate towards naturally. Some maybe take more time, but I don't have time. You know, I'm past my midlife. I don't want to wait too long. So some things just happen naturally. Anyways, and again, I wish them all the best. Yeah, that's all. As a person, I wish them all the best. No ill will.
So I wanted to say, like you, I've been around teenagers a lot. I've been teaching high school for the last 19 years, and I can tell from the three, like Louis, Harry, and Niall, that they remind me of certain characters that I've taught over the years. I know their personalities. I know, you know what I mean? Like based on the numbers of kids, I can like put faces that match what what they're like. But when it comes to Liam, I've got faces that go with Liam that kind of line up with what I thought initially, and as you learn more about Liam, I'm kind of like, okay. And what it lines up with is really just a troubled kid, not necessarily a kid who was a bad kid at all, just a troubled kid. Kid's got, lots of things to deal with. And I think that's kind of the gist of what I get from him. He's not irredeemable. I think he's actually probably, like you say, like maybe we'll see him come back and kind of patch things up.
Blow our socks off artistically. You never know.
Yeah, but he reminds me of a lot of kids that I've seen come through that are like they're hiding a lot with their face, but they got a lot of stuff that they've had to deal with.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. Episode 2 of One Direction. And yes, I'm just so people are waiting for me to James Corden rant. No, I'm not gonna James Corden rant. He's actually been very fine on this. Maybe he's better off his talk show. I don't know. Maybe the Apple execs pulled him aside. Like, can you be not annoying? And I'm not even joking. There's people who are Apple people are not CBS people. Is what I'm getting at. The broadcasting company of his show. So they might have reined him in, or the producers or directors said, "Hey, it's not about you. It's about the boys." So I wonder. I'd be curious to know what the behind the scenes discussion. But because he's pretty fine, he's actually asked a couple interesting questions. And okay, all right.
Here we go.
Is that a song for the
Hello, I'm
band?
James Corden, and welcome to episode 2 of One Direction, the London session with Apple Music. The guys have just released their fantastic new album, Made in the AM, and to mark the occasion, they played a secret gig in London for a handful of fans. We'll also be bringing you an exclusive glimpse of life on the road for the guys in a special film. But first, I got to sit down with them to talk all things 1D. Let's talk about the first time you won a Brit Award. Which I can only imagine would have been a huge thing for you then as a band. Harry, what do you remember about that?
So we were at this thing, we're sat at the table, and we've never been at anything like that before, and you're kind of sitting around, and everyone who are on the tables around you are people that we've always listened to. The people that you have on your iPod and now on Apple Music that are available on there.
Nice plug, the Apple.
Seamless integration. Absolutely seamless integration.
I beat you to it, James. I beat you to it.
And we were we didn't think we were going to win, to be honest. So it was I think it was the first award that we'd won. It was amazing.
Let's take a look at a clip of you guys winning your first Brit Award.
This is great.
And the winner is...
Who's going to win, Nathan?
One Direction with One
So little.
Wow. Thank you so much to everyone who voted for us. Our fans are absolutely incredible. And again, this is one for you.
Their little red rosy cheeks.
If it's okay with you, I would like to talk to you about a song called Perfect.
Yeah.
Which I love very much. So I'm reading the lyrics and I happen upon a line.
Look at Harry's face. I don't think he's ready.
He's
actually.
It says,
yeah.
And if you're looking for someone to write your breakup songs about, Baby, I'm perfect. Now listen. Listen, I don't want to have any bad blood about this. And if this is a problem we don't want to talk about, we can just shake it off. Who's the song about?
I think the thing is with songwriting is that everybody writes from personal experience, you know? It's not always necessarily about what it sounds like it's about. Sometimes it is. And I think it's up for, it's open to interpretation of what anyone thinks it might be about.
Swiftly dealt with. All right.
All right. All right. Pause it for a sec.
Okay.
You know what my that was okay, Swiftly. You know what my answer would have been? That sounds like a tailor-made answer. Anyways, I thought that would have been good. Anyways, but I will say, yeah. I mean, obviously, artists. Again, Harry, I love you, but again, not a hot take. Meaning, like, it's a very safe answer. Of course, artists draw from. I mean, Taylor's notorious for it. I mean, in a good way. I mean, saying that's what artists, from authors to actors, they draw from personal experience to act. You know, like sad times, happy to. Like, of course, that's how art is always drawn from personal experience. So it's obvious who the song's about, and that's fine. Taylor, you know, fair game, right? Taylor sang about him, he sang about her. That's part of breaking up. It just, it is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny that people sometimes get all worked up about that. Like, is this what you use? Like, so
right.
What would you prefer that I did? Would you prefer that I like take that whole relationship and put it over on the side and completely forget about it and make up a breakup song that has nothing to do with that breakup? Like, obviously,
the song wouldn't be good. I haven't heard the song. Think of the punch in the song, or the emotion of performing that pain of loss or frustration or anger or whatever it is that the artist, whoever artist, sings about: betrayal, love, loss, death, whatever it might be. Of course, it's more real in the performance when it's a real emotion they're drawing from. Absolutely. Anyways, it's just I was just thinking that in fact we're talking about Taylor Swift, because we're now, you know, not to get on a Taylor Swift tangent, but it's just weird how our channel now has gone from. I don't even know what's going on with our.
We've got these like converging streams.
Like when we just started our Taylor Swift journey, and I had no idea when we started our Taylor Swift journey that there's a connection between him and her and Harry. I had no idea they had a history.
That's funny.
Put it this way: when she dated when she dated Harry, I knew who Taylor Swift was long before Harry. If that makes sense, as a person, as a celebrity.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know what Harry Styles looked like until August of 2022 was the first time you and I saw Harry live on stage with our video that we did of him.
Yeah.
With One Direction. I even said to you in that video, I was like, I think that guy's Harry. Like, that's as much as I knew about. Yeah. It's just weird how we've come, like, yeah.
Yeah, I did see him in that war movie that he did. Oh, wow.
Dunkirk.
And
you didn't know who he was, though.
I didn't know who he was. I was just like, oh, this is an actor. Yeah, you got to see that movie, by the way. It's a good movie.
I'm a huge Christopher Nolan fan. And I remember when that movie got cast and Harry Styles was. I remember some scuttlebutt, of course, on the internet. Oh, stupid pop boy in a bit. Like, I was like, who? Why are we so angry? I didn't know. Again, I didn't even know who Harry. Like, if I saw the movie, actor was Harry Styles. I don't know who he is at the time.
I'd love to rewatch that.
Yeah, it'd be kind of interesting now to watch it with knowing what he looks like and who he is, of course, and just yeah. You would have to be a really terrible actor to f up a Christopher Nolan film, like, because his writing and directing is so good that I think you and I could probably get away with it.
Yeah,
a Nolan script and direction, because he's just that good of a movie maker. Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Great discussion points.
He always picks great music too.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, here we go.
Before this place is full of fans, our special invited audience, I thought we'd take a walk around and take a look at some of the artwork that we've put up for them to have a look at. We've got some pictures here. So this is now, Louis, is this a real smile, or is this one where a photographer said, Louis, do a smile for me? And you've gone,
It looks a little bit like that, actually. Yeah, I think.
It's a fake smile.
I'm giving the fake
That's a
smile.
good picture.
Now we should say that this whole place.
I-
where we are
I
now,
can't
that we've
smile
taken
for
over
photos.
today,
I'm terrible.
Is where you guys shot the Story of My Life video. And I was here that day. I came down to see you. And look now. Look at us now. 2.5 years ago, and in that time, Liam has managed to pull out poses like this. Do you have go-to poses that you're really good at?
Yeah, I never really know what to do with my hands, so I always have them in my pockets, and I think that's what's happened there with Liam.
Well, look, fall in with me. Come a bit closer. I'm going to give you some emotions, and what I want you to do is show me those emotions in a pose, okay? So, excited. Right, I mean,
Liam's
is that
excited.
the most excited you can get? That's not excited.
Are we supposed to move, though?
Excited. No, I'm
Are
saying
we
you'd be like.
Are we staying like this, or are we?
You'd be like.
Still
I'm
excited.
Let me see what we've got. Yeah, let's see there. That's excitement.
Liam looks
You
like
look
he's in pain.
Just farted and no one knew. That's what you look like. Now here we have. This is great. So this is a rolling. So that all your fans can see, which I guess your fans have never really seen before, which is all of you in the studio recording the Made in the AM album.
And
right?
round two, yeah.
Louis on the phone there. What were you doing there, Louis? Do you think sending out a tweet or just?
Just typing some lyrics, obviously, doing my job.
What you've become incredibly good at as a band, which is the walk and photo. So let's see if you can all stand in front of it and recreate the very pose that you were doing at that moment. Liam, you're just very casually
I'm actually very similarly dressed without the jacket.
So if you come this way a touch, Liam, there. All right, okay. And you have a look there, Niall. All right, just keep holding it and just keep, no, because we're shooting it in HD, so we have to hold it. I know it feels weird, but if you just hold it for as long as you can, it'll.
I don't know, it's so weird.
Some fans get to walk away with those?
We need to get out of here because we need to let all of your fans come up and enjoy this installation before they come down to see this incredible show that we're putting on today. So let's go, shall we?
Yeah,
come on, let's do it.
Here we go.
I feel we should bring someone else on stage, someone who you've collaborated with for years now. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage Julian Bonetta. Come in here, Julian. How nice to see you. Which song of this album was the hardest to get to a finish point? Like, which one stuck around the longest? Which one did you keep working on going, I don't know if that's right? Oh, here's a chuckle.
Well,
go on.
Olivia's still not finished. There's some hey-heys in the chorus, and I was begging him to put trumpets in, and they never came. And I was like, okay, great mix, but you're still missing the trumpets. Still missing the trumpets.
It's going to come out in 2016.
So I get the final version of the album, I'm listening to it, and I'm like, here they come, here they come, here they come. And they weren't there, and I was like, still hasn't put them on. The joke is that the album's still not finished because the horns aren't in the chorus.
That's what I asked ask our people in our chat really quickly. Is Julian the producer, is he married? I just want to hear that answer first. Is he a married man? I know, I'm just waiting for...
I'm curious to know
waiting for an
why
answer.
you're asking this.
Well, because no wife would ever let him stupid hat on. Okay. It's like, if my wife saw me wearing that, hey, honey, I'm going on Apple... And she'd be like, yes, that's nice, sweetheart, but this will stay behind and you... You will not embarrass me with that straw man hat. Like, yeah, Farmer Ryan here. Out to milk the cows. I always say, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
It says that he lives in that hat.
Sure.
Maybe she married him because of his hat.
I love how people go... let's defend his hat. Like, sorry, I don't like his hat. Like, people are like, it's the music. It's the music business.
His hat went through, stormed the beaches of Normandy.
Right. That's right. Yeah. His hat was on the beaches with Dunkirk and Christopher Nolan. It's a stupid hat, and I'm allowed to say it. Jeepers creepers. You're allowed to like the hat, but I think it's stupid. Okay, continue.
The last dates of their tour, the boys allowed our cameras to follow them around, and today, Liam gave us the lowdown on what life is really like on the road.
Backstage is quite funny because for the first few hours it's really calm, relaxed, and we just kind of hang out.
What, you need to come back about 5 minutes before the show for the real rave session?
Literally in like the last hour before the show starts, it's manic. With the rider, there's no fruit allowed anymore because we used to throw that at each other. They thought, we'll get, keep the boys with the vitamins, put some fruit in there. After the first day of us playing Real Fruit Ninja, that one went. Any small things that can be thrown from a distance are usually not left on the rider because it don't even get eaten, it just gets thrown at people. Being on tour for nearly 2 years, you're going to have a bad day when you fall ill or something happens.
Trying to show off and they rep myself.
I wake up some mornings, I can't talk. Your voice does get like that. I have to sing it for 2 hours every single night.
That's nice, man.
But that's the only time I get a bit nervous if I'm thinking, this isn't going to go well tonight. In some songs, you totally forget where you are because you stood on stage with your mates and there'll be something funny that's happened that you've just got to go and tell someone. So like usually me and Louis usually get up to a bit of fun, having a laugh and stuff. And often I feel like he tries to fight me a lot, which is, when you're trying to sing songs, it's quite difficult when you're getting it in the nads every 20 minutes. But you keep showing your toes. I remember the first time in Mexico where we played that stadium. In reality, people shouldn't know your name, but then everybody does. We're literally stopping traffic and getting police escorts here and there. Massive blacked out SUVs going past with loads of police officers and whatever else. And it's just like, this is just too weird.
Oh, yeah. It's a lot to take in.
It's starting to hit home that we are, not going to do this for a little bit. And this has been 5 years of our lives that we've just spent on the road touring and going around different places.
So they've been broken up longer than they were together, is that right?
Yeah. You're going to miss from every day. But, I think it is about time that we sat down and had a bit of realisation of how amazing life has been for us for the past 5 years.
So pause again. So I stand by it. They'll never. If they do, it's gonna be the four of them, but it'll never be like. I look. The Beatles never did. I'm just saying. I using another example of far gone era. Yeah. So four young lads who were together and came out, exploded. They never reunited. I think we're gonna get the same here. There'll never be unless it's like World War III concert event type. Bring the world together type event. I don't know. I just.
Here's my prediction, because
Sure.
I like to contradict you sometimes.
Oh, really?
So this, I would suspect that they're going to do like what the Beatles did. I'll just use your example.
Sure.
Where, like, obviously one of the things that, like, literally broke up the Beatles was John being killed.
Yeah, that puts a damper in a reunion.
Kind of. But they still did like things together once in a while. You know what I mean? Like you'd get every once in a while you get Ringo and Paul would do something, or like they'll do like one-offs. That's what I'm gonna guess. That at some point they'll do these kind of one-offs and things and like they won't be like, hey, we're back together again. It's just more like kind of like the Bare Naked Ladies when they brought what's his name back, the lead singer, Stephen Page.
You've just lost everyone in our chat. They don't know who you're talking.
It's okay, but like to do kind of one-offs. That's what I would guess.
Yeah, I'm standing by. Look, people are saying that that's fine. If I don't really care. I'll still sleep at night just fine. But I'm gonna stand until it happens. I'm gonna say they'll never reunite. It's just not gonna happen. Nope. I just don't think it'll ever happen. I can't imagine. I just can't imagine it. Yeah.
And I think it will.
Sure. Let me know in 5 years. Yeah. Yeah. Zayn will be the first one they call.
Yeah. I don't know.
Are you busy?
Yeah. Oh, dear.
What are you up to? Just moping in the corner. Nothing special. Just it's my. I'm working on a song right now. It's about moping. Okay, just yeah, Ryan. Don't make jokes. Don't you do it. Don't. It's like I'm insulting some like religious deity. There's creepers. Okay, let's go. All right. What's next?
My puppy is here. Hey, puppy. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
I assume there's going to be another song. Yep.
Down to earth.
That's our first time hearing this one.
It hurts. Going faster than 1,000,000 miles an hour. Trying to catch my breath some way, somehow. Down to earth. It's like I'm frozen, but the world still turns. Stuck in motion, then the wheels keep spinning round. Moving in reverse with no way out. And now I'm one step closer to being 2 steps far from you. When everybody wants you. Oh, everybody wants you. How many nights would it take to count the stars? That's the time it would take to fix my heart. Oh, baby, I was there for you. All I ever wanted was the truth. Yeah, yeah. How many nights have you wished someone would stay? Lie awake, only hoping they're okay. I've never counted all of mine. If I tried, I know it would feel like infinity. Oh, infinity. Yeah, infinity. Eyes can't shine unless there's something burning bright behind. But since you went away, there's nothing left in mine. I feel myself running out of time. And now I'm one step closer to being 2 steps far from you. When everybody wants you. Everybody wants you. How many nights did it take to count the stars? That's the time it would take to fix my heart. Oh, baby, I was there for you. All I ever wanted was the truth. Yeah, yeah. How many nights have you wished someone would stay? Lie awake, only hoping they're okay. I've never counted all of mine. If I tried, I know it would feel like infinity. 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 Yeah. Infinity. Oh, infinity. How many nights would it take to count the stars? That's the time it would take to fix my heart. Oh, baby, I was there for you. All I ever wanted was the truth. Yeah, yeah. How many nights do you wish someone would stay? Lie awake, only hoping they're okay. I've never counted all of mine. If I tried, I know it would feel like infinity.
Thank you.
That's a good song.
Now, is this true that sometimes you
Oh, we'll just finish this and then
Okay, we'll finish this off.
Yeah.
will write a song where you'll each take a line, someone else will write the next line, and someone else will write the next line.
Yeah, this is the laptop game that we used to play.
So I've written the first line, so it goes... Okay. I think I'm touching Niall's ass, I think we're forever far, and Harry's hair is always greasy. One Direction original, ladies and gentlemen.
I think it's a tease, is what that is. It seems to be a tease. Next
the
episode.
next one, yeah, that's what.
Yeah, okay.
65 million.
No. Okay, I just want to talk about that live performance. Yeah, it was a nice song, and my only not complaint, but this is because you and I basically are like knee deep or neck deep in the solo reaction. So it's like we know the boys as Harry, Niall, and Louis. Like that's how I know them. So it's kind of odd seeing them together. You know, there's a part of me, like, it's interesting, not odd in a bad way. It's just interesting to see them younger and, you know, much younger, also as a boy band, knowing where they will go. And their music as solo acts is just so, to me, just more deep and more talented and more interesting. What I'm getting at, too, is... It was interesting to just watch. Again, I'm not trying to pick on Liam. That's not what I'm getting at. But to see, because people wouldn't have seen. I don't know if they saw this. So this is my question: Did people see this back then? So I don't know if you can go back in your memory banks, because I'm watching that and you see Liam does some sings fine. I mean, you know, look, a lot of people can sing. We talked about it. A lot of people can sing. Singing in and of itself is actually not that awe-inspiring. There are millions of people that can sing, but not everyone's an artist. Not everyone is a performer. There's people that can go on YouTube. There's hundreds of thousands of people covering songs that they didn't create, right? So it's one thing to be able to do it, and it's another thing to be able to create it. So what I'm getting at too is Liam, when he did his part, then Harry when Harry did his part, it's like, oh, there's a star. And I'm wondering, there's more than just singing. Like Harry emotes this energy in this persona that I'm wondering, did people see that then? Like, were people picking up what Harry was laying down then? Were people in the crowd or the fandom of One Direction, when they heard about the breakup, I wonder if there's people that were excited by the breakup to some degree, knowing that they're getting these solo acts from these guys. I'm actually a lot of different questions. So let us know in the comments.
That's an interesting question to put out there. After watching Liam, I got more of a sense of who he is. I still stand by what I think, which is that, yeah, he's hiding some of the, you know, some of that honesty that it would be easier for him to connect on that level if he were a bit more openly honest about who he is. I think that would help. But anyway, that's just, I think it was good to see a little bit of that side of him kind of talking to the cameras and being, you know, a little bit vulnerable, not totally, but enough to make me understand a little bit more who he is. And then that song was great. Like, I thought that was a really, that's one of the better songs, I think, that I've heard from One Direction.
It's a nice song. Yeah, I agree. There's more mature songs of the band.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's a direction, excuse the pun, that the band may have continued to go down had they continued as a band. And some people in our chat, of course, you know, big fandom from One Direction, saying it was heartbreaking for a lot of the fans, because you remember the breakup or the hiatus. You and I are coming at back, or like present day backwards. So a lot of our reactions or thoughts have to, you know, you have to understand, we're literally like, we just reacted to Louis' second solo album. Like that it's new to everybody, but that's what I'm kind of latching onto, is their solo stuff. So I'm a solo fan. It'd be again, talk about the Beatles. It'd be like if you became a fan of Paul McCartney's solo work and you were like, I think there are people that were. I think there were people that became Paul McCartney fans who kind of, let's go see what he was like in the Beatles. And there are people, I think, who like Paul McCartney's solo stuff more than the Beatles. I guarantee there's fandoms like that. So, anyways, very interesting episodes 1 and 2. So thank you for joining us for part 1. Thank you to Pixie for pledging this to us. I will admit, it was much more fun than I thought it was going to be. So thank you, Pixie.
Thanks a lot. I enjoyed it. I like that we have that context now, and like I've said earlier, it kind of puts a little piece in the puzzle so that we get a better understanding of who they are and kind of what's going through their minds at this point in the direction of their lives. There you go. How do you like that? Well, if you like that, we got lots of other stuff that you can go check out. And of course, you can join us on Patreon, where we upload these things within 24 hours, and then you get to see them if you missed it here on Twitch. So there you go. We'll see you on the next one.